Hello, wonderful humans. Nick here in Ottawa, and today I'd like to share some thoughts about a concept that I was kind of unpacking on my walk this morning, and that is the concept of trusting your biology. I think in the world of rehab and medicine, and even in the common culture way of thinking, we like to think of the body as a machine, which from the standpoint of understanding, it can be helpful to make an analogy to the body as a machine, right? It has a lot of moving parts. We can break it down into different components, and as an abstraction it can be helpful, but when it actually comes time to trying to change the body or trying to improve it, it can be really limiting to think of the body as a machine, because this thing that we all have and live within is extremely complex. So complex that we don't currently understand it fully, and we might never, and I don't think we have to in order to function well. And I think if we look at the body, if we look at the body as a machine, we often take the approach of a mechanic, right? And trying to fix individual parts, right? If this joint is stiff in the foot, we need to mobilize that joint. If this thing doesn't work, we need to fix that thing. And oftentimes we forget that there's so many variables affecting how we move, how we feel, that oftentimes when you fix one variable, 10 other variables are putting different pressures on that one. And so going from the approach of the mechanic to the approach of a gardener can be very helpful, right? So instead of treating your body as a machine, treat it like a plant. And the way that framework I find to be helpful, I was planting some jalapeno plants the other day, and I realized that I don't actually have to tell this plant how to grow, right? I have to give it good soil, I have to make sure it has sun, and I have to water it. And if I make sure that the environment and the basic needs of that plant are met, it knows exactly what to do. And the same thing applies with your body. Your body is this complex object, this complex biological system of systems that has a really intense innate intelligence. And what I mean by that is it knows exactly what to do. It knows how to self-organize into an efficient way. And if we just trust that, if we trust in the innate intelligence of our biology, and just worry about giving it the right environment, right? Giving our body the equivalent of the soil, the sun, and the water, right? When it comes to the foot, for example, we don't really have to care about correcting individual tight tendons or tight joints or individual areas of mobility. Just make sure you're exposing your foot to what it naturally requires in terms of nutrients in order to function properly, right? Make sure that you're wearing natural footwear that doesn't deform your foot, that allows your foot to articulate and move like it's supposed to, that allows all the muscles to do what they're supposed to. And it's pretty liberating actually, when you realize that your only role should be to provide your body with the essential nutrients so that it can do what it's supposed to, and you don't have to worry about stressing over understanding each individual thing and if you're doing the right thing. And so, think of your body as a plant instead of a machine. Take the approach of the gardener instead of the mechanic, and I think it's going to give you a much clearer understanding and much less stress over making sure that things are happening like they're supposed to, because your body has an amazing innate intelligence. You just need to trust your biology.